Hi, my name is Dana Beck. Welcome to my YouTube video. And today, what I would like to share with you, is hosting your domain. Who do you choose? Who do you choose to host your domain? And if you're doing any kind of business online, if you've got a website, whatever, if you're doing any kind of business online, whoever hosts your company can make or break your business. Absolutely. And I have seen it firsthand, trust me. And there are many hosting companies out there with multiple features, prices, capabilities. Some of the big three. Now there's many more beyond this, and I'm not just highlighting to these three, but I'm just going to highlight these three as an example of what's out there. So the first one, this is a big name, GoDaddy. GoDaddy is a big web hosting company. They have affordable prices and they have a lot of features and that are beneficial to many people. Then another one is Bluehost. Bluehost is another really good web hosting company, with competitive and affordable pricing. And then there's Host Gator. And again, they're a very reputable company with competitive pricing and features and so forth. But again, this is only three out of many other web hosting companies. So what do you look for? What do you look for in a web hosting company? And how do you choose just one above the other? Cost, yes, cost is an important factor, but it should not always be the primary consideration. And but you don't want to save money at the expense of the hosting quality of your site. So what are some of the key factors you should look for? What are some of the key factors that you should consider? Well, I'd like to show you a list of some of the key factors that you should definitely consider and look over, and use it as a checklist if you please. All right, so here are some of the key factors. And so first of all, especially if you're going to if your website is going to host a blog, then WordPress is definitely something you want to consider. So WordPress installation options, that's something you want to consider when looking at a hosting company. Also, you should always make sure you get cPanel, Web Page Control Panel. cPanel is a very powerful tool in customizing and editing and updating your website. And you also want to look at the percentage of uptime. Look at their metrics, if they're available. But what is their percentage of uptime? In other words, is their uptime like 98, 99%? It should be at least in the high 90s. But definitely look at their uptime and the number of domains or subdomains you can have with your hosting plan. Now, some of them only limit you to say 3 or 4 subdomains. Some will give you unlimited. Some will give you as many as 10, 20 subdomains. So you want to consider that as well. And the number of the email accounts you can have associated with your domain. And again, some of them limit it to half a dozen. Some have unlimited. It varies from hosting company to hosting company. So you want to make sure that you're aware of how many email accounts you can have. And in a previous video, I had shared about email accounts and how you should set up at least a minimum of 3 email accounts with your domain. One for personal interaction with your subscribers, one, Joe at joe.com, another one for administrative purposes, and then another one for sales and billing and for, maybe financial. So you could have one, billing at your website, admin at your website, and then Joe at your website.com, something like that. So you want to have at least 3, but more email addresses would be helpful. And then is WhoIs protection? Is that included? WhoIs protection? And that's a tool to protect your website. And then also, what is the allotted disk space? How much disk space are you given for your website? And obviously you want a robust, you want plenty of storage for your website. So you want to see, how much space they give you on their server. And then is there a limit to how many visitors you're allowed? Some hosting companies only allow, maybe 5 or 10,000 visitors or a certain number. So you want to look at that number as well. And then also you want to look at, is email anti-spam software included? And most hosting companies do include email anti-spam software. And then is antivirus software also included to protect your site? That's really important. Is 24/7 support provided? Which is, I mean, you're working on your website at 2 in the morning and you have an issue and you can't reach anybody, you're dead in the water until they're open for business. That's definitely a rough scenario. So that is something you want to consider. And is there a phone number for support, or is it email only? Now, a lot of them do offer a 24/7 phone service. Some don't. So that's something else you want to consider. And this is a really important point. Does the support provide a chat feature? And is that chat feature 24/7? Because that really is vital. Because again, using the scenario, if you're working on your website at 2, 3 in the morning and you have an issue and you can't call them on the phone, and so is chat available at least? So that's something else that you want to consider. So again, these are some key points. These are key elements you want to look for when evaluating a web hosting service. And then something else you might want to consider. Search for web hosting reviews to read what others are saying about the various hosting companies. And I wouldn't look at just one review. I'd look at a number of them from different websites, different sources. Don't rely just on one reviewer. Look at multiple reviewers. See, and if there's a common thread, a common pattern of, say, a lot of downtime or poor customer service or whatever the case might be, that's a red flag where you may want to reconsider using that hosting company. So definitely, do your research. Look at the reviews of that hosting company that you are considering, and also now, as I mentioned a moment ago, I only mentioned 3 web hosting companies, but this is only a partial list, believe it or not. But I think you get the general idea. Do your due diligence, do your homework. Definitely look at that hosting company and dig a little bit. And when working on building your business, the last thing in the world that you want to be thinking about is your hosting company and whether or not your website's going to be up and available. That is definitely something you don't want to be thinking about. You want to be focusing on your business, not your hosting company. So putting in the effort, putting in the due diligence before selecting a hosting company will pay dividends long down the road, and avoid headaches and unnecessary worry and concern. So hopefully you got value out of this on selecting the right web hosting company for your business. Hopefully you got value out of this, and if you did, please leave a comment. I really do enjoy your comments. And and if you enjoyed this video, please, by all means, go ahead and click on the subscribe button below. It should be down here on the corner or somewhere. Let me see. Oh, we go. It should be over here or right down below the video. But anyway, go ahead and click on subscribe. And for more videos and information that I'll be uploading, and more tips and more insight and more strategies on how you can build a solid business. And if you are really truly interested in building a solid online business, one that will stand the test of time, well, then here's a link that I think would be very, very useful to you. And now this, let me say right off the bat that this first of all, this link will be a hyperlink below the video. This is not an LLM by any stretch of the imagination. It is not an income opportunity. It is not a bait and switch. It is not a website where you can download software, install it, put it on autopilot, and watch the money just come rolling in. No, it's none of those things. What this is a training hub, a training center that will provide all the tools, all the strategy, all the insight, everything you need to grow your online business or even start an online business and be successful with it. And again, it's a training center, a training hub designed by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs. And if you are a serious entrepreneur, then this is definitely a site you want to check out. This guy right here. I think you'll be very, very pleased, and it'll be very helpful to you and provide a wealth of information and insight and guidance in building your online business. So again, thank you so very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Go ahead and check out this link. And again, also go ahead and click on the subscribe button to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would very much appreciate it. Thanks so much. You take care now, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks so much, and you take care now. Bye-bye.